This is Danny Chen. He's 22 years old, college dropout, works nights delivering pizza in Atlanta. One delivery changed his life forever and saved 4 people from death. This is his story. Danny wasn't supposed to be delivering pizza. He was supposed to be in his 3rd year at Georgia Tech, engineering degree, full scholarship. But life happened. His dad had a stroke. Someone had to take care of the family. His mom worked 2 jobs, but it wasn't enough. Danny had a younger sister and brother still in high school, so Danny dropped out, started working. Pizza delivery, paid cash, good tips on weekends, flexible hours. It wasn't his dream, but his family needed him. Friday night, March 15, 2019, 9:47 p.m. Danny got an order: large pepperoni pizza, breadsticks, 2-liter Coke. Address: 4287 Riverside Drive. Nice neighborhood, big houses, usually meant good tips. He grabbed the order, drove his beat-up 2005 Toyota Corolla to the address. 4287 Riverside Drive, 2-story house, lights on inside, normal looking. Danny grabbed the pizza, walked to the front door, rang the bell, waited, no answer. He rang again, nothing. He was about to call the customer when he noticed something. The door was slightly open, like someone had closed it, but it didn't latch. "Hello?" Danny called out. "Pizza delivery." Still nothing. He pushed the door open a little. "Sir, ma'am, your pizza is here." That's when he heard it, muffled crying. From inside, Danny's instinct said, "Leave, not your problem, just go." But something felt wrong. He stepped inside. "Hello, is everything okay?" The crying got louder, coming from the living room. Danny walked toward it. His heart was pounding. What he saw made his blood freeze. A woman, maybe 40 years old, tied to a chair, duct tape over her mouth, eyes wide with terror. Behind her, 2 kids, boy and girl, maybe 8 and 10, also tied up, crying. And on the couch, a man, also tied, beaten, blood on his face. Danny's brain screamed, "Run!" But then he saw the woman's eyes, pleading, begging him not to leave. Danny stepped forward. "I'm going to help you." That's when he heard the voice behind him. "No, you're not." Danny turned. A man, 30s, tattoos on his arms, holding a gun. "Wrong place, wrong time, pizza boy." Danny's hands went up. "Look, man, I don't want trouble. I'm just delivering." "Shut up. Get on the floor now." Danny didn't move. His eyes went to the family. The mother was shaking her head frantically. "Don't fight. Just do what he says." But Danny saw something else. A second man, coming down the stairs, also armed. 2 men, 1 family. And now Danny. He was trapped. The first man grabbed Danny, threw him to the floor, started tying his hands with zip ties. "You're unlucky, kid. You walked into the wrong house. Now you're part of this." "Part of what?" Danny asked. His voice was shaking, but he kept talking. He needed to buy time. "Shut up." The second man came over, looked at Danny. "What do we do with him?" "Same thing we're doing with them, after we get the money." Money. This was a robbery. Danny's mind was racing. He needed to do something, anything. The men were distracted, arguing about what to do next. One wanted to leave. The other wanted to wait for the father to transfer money from his business account. The father on the couch was the owner of a local chain of car dealerships. These men had been watching him. They knew he had access to accounts. They were forcing him to wire transfer money. But the father was stalling, trying to protect his family. Danny looked around. His phone was in his pocket, but his hands were zip-tied in front of him. The men weren't watching him. They were focused on the father, threatening him. One of them grabbed the daughter, put the gun to her head. "Transfer the money now, or I blow her brains out." The mother was screaming through the tape. Danny saw his moment. He slowly, carefully, moved his tied hands toward his pocket, pulled out his phone, hands shaking. He unlocked it with his thumb, opened his recent calls, his manager. He pressed call. Then he slid the phone under the couch, line open, recording everything. But it wasn't his manager who answered. It was Jake, the other delivery driver working that night. He'd grabbed Danny's phone by mistake earlier. They'd switched phones. Jake answered. "Yo, Danny, you left your..." Danny cut him off, loud enough for the phone to pick up. "Please don't hurt them. There are 4 people here. 4287 Riverside Drive. 2 armed men. Please." One of the men spun around. "What the hell?" He grabbed Danny, saw the phone under the couch. "You little..." He smashed the phone, but it was too late. Jake had heard everything. Jake didn't waste a second. He called 911. "My friend is trapped in a house with hostages. 4287 Riverside Drive. 2 armed men. Family of 4 plus my friend. Hurry." The operator dispatched police immediately. Multiple units, SWAT team, hostage negotiators. Back at the house, the men were panicking. "We gotta go now." But they were too angry. One of them grabbed Danny, hit him in the face, hard. "You just killed yourself, kid." He raised the gun. The mother screamed through the tape. Then they heard it. Sirens, police, multiple cars, surrounding the house. The men's faces went white. Atlanta police, the house is surrounded. Release the hostages. The men looked at each other. Trapped. One ran to the window. SWAT officers everywhere. Red laser sights pointing at the house. They'd been outmaneuvered by a 22-year-old pizza delivery guy with a dropped phone call. The standoff lasted 40 minutes. Negotiators on the phone. The men knew they were done. Finally, they surrendered. Police stormed in. Freed the family. Freed Danny. The mother collapsed into her husband's arms. The kids were crying but alive. And Danny, he was sitting on the floor, hands still zip-tied, blood dripping from his nose, but he was smiling. He'd done it. The news exploded the next day. Pizza delivery driver saves family from armed robbery and hostage situation. Danny's face was everywhere. Local news, national news, CNN, Fox, everyone wanted to interview him. How did you stay so calm? I wasn't calm, I was terrified. But I couldn't just leave them. The family's name was Robert and Jennifer Morrison. Their kids were Alex and Emma. Robert was the CEO of Morrison Auto Group, worth millions. Jennifer was a surgeon. They'd been targeted because of their wealth. The robbers had been watching them for weeks, planned to get Robert's banking passwords and transfer everything. If Danny hadn't walked in, if he hadn't made that call, police said the family would likely have been killed. Robert Morrison held a press conference, his wife and kids beside him. We owe our lives to Danny Chen, a 22-year-old kid who was just trying to deliver a pizza. He risked his life for strangers. We will never forget that. Then he said something that shocked everyone. Danny, I know you dropped out of college to support your family. I know you're working multiple jobs. I know you were supposed to be an engineer. So here's what's going to happen. Morrison Auto Group is creating a full scholarship fund in your name. We're paying for you to go back to Georgia Tech. Full ride, 4 years, plus a living stipend for your family. And when you graduate, you have a job waiting for you. VP of Operations at Morrison Auto Group, starting salary $150,000. The crowd erupted in applause. Danny was crying, his family was crying, but Robert wasn't done. I'm also buying you a car, a new one. Can't have our future VP driving a 2005 Corolla. He handed Danny keys to a brand new Tesla Model 3. Danny couldn't speak, he just hugged Robert. Then Jennifer, then the kids. You saved us, Jennifer whispered. Now we're saving you. But there was more. The pizza company Danny worked for, Papa Joe's Pizza, went viral. The owner, Joe Martinez, was flooded with interview requests. Danny is a hero, and I'm doubling his pay until he goes back to college. The GoFundMe that someone created for Danny raised $480,000 in 3 days. Danny used it to pay off his dad's medical bills, set up college funds for his siblings, and donated the rest to a scholarship fund for students who had to drop out. 2 years later, Danny 21. Danny Chen graduated from Georgia Tech, top of his class, mechanical engineering degree. The Morrison family was there, front row. After graduation, Danny walked up to Robert. I start Monday, right? Robert smiled. You start Monday. Danny became VP of Operations at Morrison Auto Group at 26 years old, but he did something unexpected. He created a program called Second Chance Drivers, a hiring initiative specifically for people who'd faced hardship, dropouts, ex-cons, people who just needed one opportunity. Over 5 years, the program hired 400 people, and Danny personally mentored 50 of them. As for the 2 robbers, they were sentenced to 35 years each, armed robbery, kidnapping, attempted murder. They're still in prison. Jake, the delivery driver who called 911, Danny made sure Morrison Auto Group hired him too. He's now the fleet manager. And the Morrison family? They're doing great. Alex just started college. Emma is in high school. Both of them want to work in public service because of Danny. Robert and Jennifer say Danny isn't just their employee, he's family. Every year on March 15th, they have dinner together, the anniversary of the night. They order pizza from Papa Joe's. Obviously, today, Danny Chen is 28 years old, VP of Operations, married, just bought his first house. His dad recovered from the stroke, his siblings are both in college, and Danny, he still thinks about that night. I was just delivering a pizza. I wasn't trying to be a hero, I just couldn't walk away. But that's exactly what made him a hero. This is the story of Danny Chen, the pizza delivery guy who saved a family, and the family who saved him back. Sometimes the most important deliveries aren't the ones we plan. They're the ones we stumble into and have the courage to see through.